Isn't it amazing how, in the Midwest, how people outside the Midwest look down on us, but everyone wants to buy property or businesses or interact with us now all of a sudden. Have you noticed that? I mean, for the last 20 years, I fought against people shipping jobs to China, for a company. When they dismantled Logansport, they dismantled all kinds of friction factories in Virginia, Indiana. I fought all that, fought it tooth and toenail. And my last job worked for a company, and I knew it was time for me to skidoo because a foreign company in a different nation, not necessarily pro-American, by the way, bought that company, and you could tell the changes were radical. But I just want to point out to you that the uniqueness of people in the Midwest, they want that uniqueness. But the problem is, it's like gathering wildflowers. You can rip them out of the ground, but they're going to be dead by the time you get to the house, right? You have to leave it alone. And that's why I try to tell people, when you have unique cultures like the Midwest, like the Hoosiers, like the Buckeyes, I'm from Ohio, you can't necessarily scoop that up and take it elsewhere. They can take the ingenuity and the engineering and that knowledge, and they can move it, but they can't necessarily keep producing newer tech. And that's why you're seeing a lot of technology developed here in the Midwest. It goes elsewhere, and for a while that engine runs okay, but then they run out of ideas. So there's kind of a uniqueness to the people of the Midwest that helps them create these ideas. And when you destroy this region, then the idea factory of America and even the world is shut down. And like I point out, what have they done for us here? They've taken jobs away, they've taken authority away, they've taken natural resources away. They take people away. And what do they give us in return? Fentanyl. They give us fentanyl, they give us heroin, they give us, opioids, and they human traffic here. They bring people across the border to exploit them here, and they exploit the people here. If you don't believe me, go to Middleway House. If you don't believe me, go to Seminary Square, right by the post office. Look at the victims of a war that's being waged on us in the Midwest by the Communist Party in China, abetted by the Mexican and other drug cartels in Mexico that ship this fentanyl in here to kill people. You can see them overdosing right now. You can see the human trafficking victims in Middleway House. You have to wake up to the awful situation we're in. You have to wake up. We are surrounded. We are in our encampment in the Midwest. We are surrounded by a lot of enemies, both within and without. Okay, and these are people a lot of them are just sleepwalking through this. They're unconscious. They're unconscious of what's happening. They don't want to see the ravaged people in Bloomington from the fentanyl epidemic that's being waged upon us by a foreign government called the Communist Party of China, made with fentanyl they get from North Korea, where they treat those people like slaves in North Korea and kill them in those factories. They don't care if those people get poisoned to death to create fentanyl that's going to kill us. You think they care about those North Koreans? They don't care about those North Koreans. The Chinese ship it to Mexico, to the drug cartels that ship it across the border that our government refuses to protect anyone from. You need to let all that sink in. And I'm talking to some people in particular. You need to ask yourself, what side of the war are you on? Which side are you on here? Are you on our side, or are you on the Communist Party side? I think I know which side you're on, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to change your ways, because your soul is on the line. Not that I care much about your soul, but you better care about it, all right? And you need to look around here and see what's going on with this community and the Midwest in general. And you need to decide. And for everyone out there, I don't really care what political party you're part of, but you need to vote in your own self-interest and the self-interest of your children. So you need to take a long, hard look, like, who is going to serve the Midwest people the best if they get into power? And if they do get into power after I voted for them, you need to be in their face about every week, sending them an email saying, hey, I thought you were going to do X. I haven't heard much about that. So whoever you vote for, it doesn't just end when you vote. You have to keep on these. It's just like anything. You got to keep on them. Because if you don't, the situation the dire situation we're in right now, it's going to be 10 times worse in 5 years. With this recession coming, with the opioid epidemic, with the suicide epidemic that's ravaging us, I mean, I don't see a way out of it right now. But you have to change yourself, and you have to tell other people, hey, I'm watching you. I watch what you do. I understand what you do. And then you can choose not to do business with these people. That will hurt them more than anything, because when it hits them in the wallet, they'll pay attention. I can sit here and sermonize. I can put a sermon on for 20 minutes. I can moralize. They don't give a rat's ass. But when it hits them in the wallet, they will wake up and pay attention. So when these politicians that you vote for next week get in, remember, that doesn't end there. You stay on them. You stay up with an email, a phone call, a message. You keep on to their staff saying, hey, I want to see change. I want to see this fentanyl brought under control. I want this human trafficking brought down. I want social services brought in here to Monroe County, Owen County, Greene County, and Brown County. And I need these people who are on drugs laying in these parks. I need them helped right now. I don't need tomorrow. I don't care about your new building project. I want these people in Seminary Square Park. I want them helped. I'm tired of seeing it. Get out there and vote for your own self-interest and maybe your own survival.